join me in a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all. Thank you, everyone, for being here, and welcome to Lakewood High School, the home of the Gators. This meeting is held in accordance with the Freedom of Information Act. The news media has been notified, and a copy of the agenda has been made available to the public. This meeting is open to the public. All persons wishing to attend the meeting by virtual means may do so via YouTube at the Sumter School District Board Meetings page and Sumter School District's Facebook page. The vision. Sumter School District is committed to educating, empowering, and enriching the lives of all students to reach their full potential. Our mission. Sumter School District is committed to providing a safe, nurturing, and high-quality educational environment that supports diversity and equips students for local and global success. And at this time, we will have the Honorable Solicitor Ernest A. Finney III come forth to administer the oath of office to each of our Board of Trustee elects.
Our first trustee-elect is Daniel Palumbo of Area 1.
You stand right here and let them stand behind you. Put your right hand on the Bible, raise your left hand. Repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear
that I am duly qualified,
that I'm duly qualified,
according to the Constitution of this state,
according to the Constitution of this state,
to exercise the duties of the office
to exercise the duty of this office
to which I have been elected,
to which I have been elected,
and that I will,
to
to the best of my ability,
the best of my ability,
discharge the duties thereof,
discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve,
protect,
and defend the Constitution of this state
the Constitution of this state
and of the United States.
and the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, we have Brittany English of Area 2.
Hello. How you do? Good. Good to see you. Anybody come? Okay. We're going to put you in the middle and let them hold the Bible and stand behind you. Happy New Year. Come on in here. There you go. Put your hand on the Bible. There you go. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I am duly qualified, according to the Constitution of this state,
according to the Constitution of this state,
to exercise the duties
to exercise the duties
of the office
of the office
to which I have been elected,
to which I've been elected,
and that I will,
that I will,
to the best of my
to
ability,
the best of my ability,
discharge the duties thereof,
discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve,
and preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution of this state
the Constitution of this state
and of the United States.
and of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Next, we have Dr. Reverend Ralph W. Canny Sr. of Area 3.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Everybody here.
Mm-hmm. Repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly affirm
that I am duly qualified,
that I am duly qualified,
according to the Constitution of this state,
according to the Constitution of this state,
to exercise the duties
to exercise the duties
of the office to which I have been elected,
to the office to which I have been elected,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my
to
ability,
the best of my ability,
discharge the duties thereof,
discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve,
and preserve,
protect, and defend
defend
the Constitution of this state
the Constitution of this state
and of the United States.
and of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Amen.
Thank you all. Happy New Year.
And next, we have Tara Kaiser Johnson of Area 4.
Okay? Good. We're going to let you put your right hand on the Bible and raise your left hand. Hello. Y'all come over here just a little bit. Please repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear
That
or
I-
affirm
that I am duly qualified,
that I am duly qualified,
according to the Constitution of this state,
according to the Constitution of this state,
to exercise the duties
to exercise the duties
of the office to which I've been elected,
to the office of which I have been elected,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties thereof,
discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution of this state
the Constitution of this state
and of the United States.
and of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, we have Sean T. Reagan of Area 5.
Happy New Year. Good to see you. Put your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. Hello. Please repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear or affirm
that I am duly qualified,
that I'm duly qualified,
according to the Constitution of this state,
according to the Constitution of this state,
to exercise the duties
to exercise the duties
of the office
of the office
to which I have been elected,
to which I've been elected,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties thereof,
discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve,
and preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution of this state
the Constitution of this state
and of the United States.
and of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Matthew McLeod of Area 6.
Congratulations. Put your right hand on the Bible, raise your left hand. Repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear or affirm
that I am duly qualified,
that I am duly qualified,
according to the Constitution of this state,
according to the Constitution of this state,
to exercise the duties
to exercise the duties
of the office to which I have been elected,
to exercise the duties of the office of which I've been elected,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties thereof,
discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve, protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution of this state
the Constitution of this state
and of the United States.
and of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Miss Sherry Smith of Area 7.
Okay, that's good. Repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear
that I am duly qualified,
that I am duly qualified,
according to the Constitution of this state,
according to the Constitution of this state,
to exercise the duties
to exercise the duties
of the office to which I have been elected,
to which I have been elected,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties thereof,
discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of this state
of this state
and of the United States.
and of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jeff Zell of Area 8.
Hey, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you for doing this
Yes,
for
sir.
us.
Repeat after me.
Sir,
I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear
that I am duly qualified,
that I am duly qualified,
according to the Constitution of this state,
according to the Constitution of this state,
to exercise the duties
to exercise the duties
of the office
of the office
to which I have been elected,
to which I have been elected,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties thereof,
discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of this state
of this state
and of the United States.
and of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And last but not least, Bonnie Disney, Esquire of Area 9.
Step right here. Good. Get them to hold it. You just repeat after That's fine. That's fine. Y'all good? Repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear and affirm
that I am duly qualified,
that I am duly qualified,
according to the Constitution of this state,
according to the Constitution of this state,
to exercise the duties of the office
to exercise the duties of the office
to which I have been elected,
to which I have been elected,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties thereof,
discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve,
protect,
and defend
defend
the Constitution of this state
the Constitution of this state
and of the United States.
and of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming here.
You keep that. She doesn't need it. Good to see you. Thank you so much.
I'd like to take a personal point of privilege to congratulate each of you, all 9 of you, on your election and appointment as Board of Trustees members. I look forward, as the superintendent, proud superintendent of the Sumter School District, I look forward to working with each of you and all of the work that we will do together. As we continue at this time, it is time now for the floor to be opened for nominations. I will preside over the first set of nominations for board chair, and then the newly. Okay. Mr. McLeod?
Yes, sir. I'd like to make a motion that we add an officer to the board, an officer of parliamentarian.
We have a motion on the floor to add a position to the board. That position will be parliamentarian.
Yep, that
I'll
would be an
second it.
amendment to the agenda.
Amendment to the agenda.
Yes.
Did I hear a second?
Yeah, I'll second it.
Mr. Palumbo seconded. Are we ready for the question? All in favor of adding the position of parliamentarian to the list of officers, please indicate by raising of hands. That all of you that are in favor, please raise your hand at this time. Let's do it. Thank you. Vote is unanimous. The position of parliamentarian will be added to the slate of officers. Thank you. At this time, the floor is open for nominations.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I would like to nominate Ms. Bonnie Disney with her extensive background working with the state and prior experience.
Okay, we have one nomination for Ms. Bonnie Disney. Are there any other nominations? A nomination of Mr. Sean Reagan.
Mr. Superintendent,
Yes, sir. Yes,
I would
Mr.
like to
Reagan.
decline that nomination at this time, please.
Mr. Superintendent,
Yes, ma'am, Ms.
I'd
Disney.
like to nominate Ralph Canty.
Okay. Are there any other nominations at this point? Haven't heard none, the nominations will come to a close. There are multiple nominations, 2 to be exact. We will take them in alphabetical order at this time. There are not nay votes, there are simply yea votes for those that you are selecting. At this time, Those that are in favor of Reverend Ralph Canty being the board chair, please signify by raising your hand at this time. Okay, how many, for the record, how many, Ms. Scott? 7, okay. Those in favor of Ms. Bonnie Disney, please raise your hand. Okay. Congratulations, Reverend Canty, he was the new board chair. One of y'all will need to. One of you will, yeah.
Do I do the statement now?
However you choose, sir.
May I take this moment to express my appreciation to my fellow board members. We are just getting to know each other, and tonight's event is simply a platform from which we must launch. A swearing in ceremony, and whomever is elected as board of officers may seem to be, but is not, the major concern of the Sumter School District or the Sumter community. What really matters is what happens after this formality. The number of students who succeed in their secondary educational career and graduate. The number of underperforming schools that are transformed into super performing schools. The number of priority schools that are totally eliminated from our scholastic landscape. The disciplinary problem which is properly managed and brought under strong and absolute control. The visions that are cast and brought to fruition, and the systems that are created, monitored, and maintained. We cannot be delusional or even dare to say all is well when the fiddler is playing and the institution is on fire. As a board, administration, staff, teachers, students, parents, public officials, military, and the public in general, we must form a team, develop a plan, execute that plan, save our schools, and save our community. I look forward to working with each of you, and I know that we will support our superintendent as he casts the vision and we follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. At this time, the chair will open the floor for nominations for vice chairman.
Mr. Chair, I would like to nominate Mac McLeod for vice chair.
Mac McLeod has been nominated.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to nominate Mr. Sean Reagan. Sean Reagan. I'd like to nominate Sean Reagan.
Sean Reagan has been nominated.
Mr. Chair, I would like to nominate Bonnie Disney.
Bonnie Disney has been nominated.
Mr. Chair.
Are there further nominees?
Yes, Mr. Chair. I would like to decline the nomination of vice chair.
Mr. Reagan declines the nomination for vice chair. Are there any further nominations? Nominations once, twice. Nominations are closed on the two candidates. Matthew McLeod and Bonnie Disney. Bonnie Disney's name coming alphabetically first. We will now vote on the Esquire. Those who are in favor of Ms. Bonnie Disney, please show forth your hands. Okay. Thank you. Those for Mr. Mac McLeod, Mr. Matthew McLeod, would you please show forth your hands? Ms. Bonnie Disney is declared the vice chair. Ms. Disney, would you like to address us at this time?
Thank you. I am honored to have been nominated for the chairperson position, and I'm honored to be nominated as the vice chair position. I love this district. Sumter High School is a place where I worked a very long time. I am excited to have the opportunity to put my dreams and hopes for this school district together with a fine team of board members. I could not ask for a better selected group of people, highly qualified in their fields, to come together, to give up time, to have dreams and hopes, and to have the fortitude to make good things happen in this school district. I am not proud of where we are right now. When I looked at a document showing the top 25 school districts in the state, I discovered we're not in that. We're not doing well. But that doesn't mean we can't turn this automobile around and go the right direction, and we can do it together. I love the children in this district. I love the teachers in this district. We as taxpayers, as citizens of Sumter County, must back our schools, and we must come together with plans to make opportunities happen for teachers, for students, for everyone in this county. And thank you very much for the opportunity to serve. You name your committee. You name your committee.
I'm sorry. You didn't mean to.
Oh my goodness. That means we have to move all this stuff. I didn't realize I would be moving.
The chair will now entertain nominations for the clerk.
Mr. Chair, I nominate Mr. Sean Reagan for clerk.
Sean Reagan has been nominated for clerk. Is there another nomination? Nominations once? Nominations twice? The nominations are closed on Mr. Reagan. Hence, Mr. Reagan is elected by acclamation. The chair will now entertain nomination for the parliamentarian, a new position for this board.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to nominate Ms. Sherry Smith for parliamentarian. As I've known her for a very long time, she has a vast experience in Robert's Rules of Order, executive committee understanding, and execution. And so I think she would be a superb candidate for this position.
Mrs. Sherry Smith has been nominated. Is there another nomination? Nominations once, nominations twice, nomination is closed on Ms. Smith. Hence, she is elected by acclamation. Oh, and I do apologize. I want to roll back and allow Mr. Reagan the opportunity to greet the board and this community, and following him, Ms. Smith.
Thank you, Dr. Canty. To the members of the Sumter School District Board, I would like to say thank you for nominating and electing me to serve as board clerk. I believe together we will work hard for the outcome and the betterment of this district. As a newly elected officer of the Sumter School District Board, as I've done for the last 4 years, I plan to be fair in my decisions and equitable, and work for all of our students here in the Sumter School District, as well as advocate for all of our staff members here in the Sumter School District. Last but certainly not least, I would like to say that I will be one of the board members that will work closely with our superintendent, Dr. William Wright, his administrative staff, and this entire district. So again, thank you for nominating, and thank you for electing me as board clerk, and I will do my very best to serve. Thank you.
Thank you. First, I would like to say thank you to the people of Area 7 who elected me to this office. It is my intention to uphold the best intentions of the office and to look out for all stakeholders in the school district. And that is from the board all the way to every employee in the school district. I think we have a great group here that can collaborate together and come up with common sense, good solutions to take Sumter School District where it should be. And as I would also like to thank the board for electing me as parliamentarian. I will do my best to keep you straight. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Prerogative of the chair will now be exercised, because I think at this initial meeting, each one of the board members should greet the board and the constituents. So I will start with you, Mr. Zell.
All right. What is exactly it?
Just
okay. Well, thank you for, first off, thank you, God, for giving me the opportunity to, to ready me for this next chapter in my life as I just retired from the Air Force. Just a couple, bits of information about me. I come from a very impoverished situation. I can relate to a lot of this cyclic kind of dysfunction of poverty and of generational poverty. And so I may not look like it on the surface. I'll tell you, my heart is pure. I want to help this school district move forward. I don't care the race, the gender, the zip code. My heart is to make this the best school district, a benchmark school district in the Midlands and in the state of South Carolina. Thank you.
Ms. Johnson?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Tara Kauser Johnson. First and foremost, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for being here this evening to witness this new school board installed and start the business of the district. I am elated to serve in Area 4 and all of Sumter School District. I look forward to working with each of the board members. I look forward to the work that we have ahead, and I look forward to making certain that we do what is right, what is equitable and what is fair for all students in Sumter schools.
Mr. McLeod?
And to repeat what has already been said, we thank you for being here tonight, and also like to extend a thank you to the people from Area 6 that elected me to this position. This is my second term on this board, and I look forward to working with our newly elected board members as well as our superintendent and you folks out there, to work with our parents and all of our executive staff, teachers, from our teachers, our principals, to our custodians and bus drivers, cafeteria workers. We all have to work together to make this a great district for our kids. Thank you.
Miss English?
Brittany English, Area 2. I first want to thank God. Without him, I wouldn't be sitting before you guys. I want to thank the Area 2. Thank you, guys, for your vote support. This board, thank you guys for the support. Mr. James Williams, thank you for the motivation. Thank you. You're one of the reasons why I'm sitting here today. Thank you.
Mr. Palumbo?
I first want to say thank you to my family and to the people of Sumter County. We wouldn't be up, and none of us up here would be without you. And I want to put the students, the staff, the parents all first. And my goal is to hear them, to make this school district a better place. I know we have the tools to get this county back on the map to be one of the best school districts in South Carolina and in the nation. So I can't wait to get to work. I'm ready to have fun, and let's do this.
Sumter would not be Sumter as we know it now without Shaw Air Force Base. And so we have a strong relationship in this community. And we are unapologetically proud of that relationship which exists between Sumter, Sumter Schools, and Shaw Air Force Base. We do have a representative from the base who sits on this board, and you need to know her because she gives so much of her time and expertise in supporting us. Ms. Jones, would you say hello to everyone tonight?
Good evening. Thank you. My name is Denise Jones. I am honored to be the School Liaison Program Manager at Shaw, where I help all of our military families, regardless of branch of service, as they move to the Sumter area and make that ever-important decision about what school their children will best succeed in. So I'm honored to be on this board, a non-voting member, but a voice for our military families. I'm excited about the upcoming new year and with our new board members, and excited to see the great things we can do here in the Sumter School District. Thank you.
This next action has absolutely nothing to do with me being elected chairman tonight. Those of you who know me personally know that I read all the time. And it's a wonderful world. And one of the books I read recently or I started reading recently. Once I got started, I said, I think my fellow board members would like this book. And so I bought a copy for you. It's a gift. It's a gift. And I pray that each of you will take time and read it, and hopefully it will help us in understanding how powerful teamwork can be. I want to officially present the first copy to our superintendent, okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I'm gonna copy show. Okay. I got one more at the office. Yes, sir.
You lost it
It's okay. It's all right.
I'll get it to you. You can, I got it. I got it. No problem. Okay. As we proceed with the agenda, I think, Mr. Superintendent, we skipped over the approval of the agenda. So we'll do that at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, in reviewing the agenda, I want to humbly ask you to consider deleting 6, 6-1, 7, and 7-1 from tonight's agenda and allow us to place it on the first agenda in next month. The items deal with the appointment of the legislative liaison and the chairpersons for the committees. But I really think we need to have some discussion among us in terms of what our interests are, etc., before I make those appointments. Tonight is, in my view, is not the right time to do that. I think it would be helpful to everybody if later you could say what you're interested in, which committee you're interested in, and then we make appointments along those lines. So that's my that would be my recommendation.
Is that a motion, Mr. Chair?
Ma'am?
A motion.
No, that was, well, it could be a motion. You want it to be a motion? I so move.
Is there a second?
A second.
Second.
You can carry it. Go on and carry it. Yeah, you can carry it.
Now the floor is open for discussion.
May I take a second?
Yeah.
I agree with Dr. Canty on this. I think going back to my military experience, organizational experience, it's best to get to know folks, what their interests are, what their experiences are, and lack of a better terms, it's not always best to plug and play. So what I think is, I think it's best to have that deliberation as well.
Okay.
Call the question.
Okay. All in favor? You gonna vote it up and down? Okay. All in favor of the recommendation, would you indicate by the same with your show of your hands? I think that's a majority. Is it? I think that's a majority. That's everybody. It's unanimous. Okay. The second recommendation I would have is I want to share with the board tonight the and I want it to be an agenda item. The ideas I advanced during the election, with the hope that you will then take these and add yours to it, all of your ideas, and then merge them any way you want to, and we put them all together so that when we have a discussion, it's not mine or yours, and we can eliminate what needs to be eliminated, add what needs to be added, and pray about what we need to pray about. I think we need to start someplace, and we don't need to wait. We need to start now. And you can add to it and get with Ms. Scott and add to the list, and by next time we meet, we'll have a revised list with everyone's ideas. I'm calling it shared vision because ultimately the overarching vision is going to come from the superintendent. But we can share our visions with him, and hopefully they will help him in making the kind of decisions he will need to make to lead us into the future. That's the recommendation. That's a motion. Is it supported?
I second that.
All right. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I would like to suggest that perhaps you would put those ideas on paper.
I got them on paper. I'm
Okay.
distributing them to you now.
My suggestion was that perhaps, and this is discussion, that Ms. Scott disseminate it to everyone for us to add together in the board docs or in a Google Doc, and we will all see what everyone contributes. That's just a suggestion.
I just wanted to put it on the agenda now, and when we get to it, we're going to give you copies of the night.
So your motion was to add it to the agenda?
Yes. Right. Is that good?
I second that.
Okay. Anybody opposed to that? Those in favor would indicate by saying aye. Oh, no, hands. Show of hands. Show of hands. Is that almost unanimous? Is that everybody? Okay. All right. It's unanimous. I think it is. Okay. The other recommendation is that we put on the agenda the discussion tonight about a workshop on test scores. Test scores. Workshop on test scores. That's a recommendation. Well, a motion. That's a motion. Is there a second?
Mr. Chair, we have a work session coming up at the end of March.
We're going to do something just as a board. Okay. Then we'll be better able to understand whatever you all present when you present it. Okay. This is going to be a workshop to help us understand how to read the data better. Okay. Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Ma'am.
I second the motion.
Motion is second. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chair, just for clarification, so that we can better understand the test scores and how they're laid out. Is that what this?
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay.
That's right. We're just going to do a workshop, so we aren't going into the test scores. We're talking about how the test scores are done, so we understand when they put before us what we're reading. That's yeah.
Mr. Chair, may I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
I think there are so many acronyms in the testing field, and there are so many words, for example, South Carolina Ready, And I think everybody needs to know, everybody on this board really needs to know and understand what we mean when we say South Carolina ready, South Carolina pass, EOCEP. And it's not fair to ask people to make judgments about things and they're wondering what that acronym is. Is that, okay. I guess what I'm saying is it's a little bit more than just test scores. It's having the background to look at a test score and say, oh, that's ELA, that's English Language Arts.
Okay, all right. Any further discussion? All those in favor will indicate with a show of hands. Those who oppose, the same sign. I think it carries. Okay, all right, very good. Let me go back and get them now. One was on shared vision. Miss Scott, could Miss Scott pass those out? Yes, sir. Say it one more time. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely. You can make the motion. Would you?
Mr. Chairman, I would like to make the motion to approve the agenda as amended.
I second that motion.
All right. Motion is supported. Is there any discussion? All those in favor will say, show of hands. Those who oppose, the same sign. I don't need one. Let's go to the superintendent's report, and so we can discuss the calendar and get that done, and then we'll come back to these two items because that's going to be the agenda for tonight. Yes, sir. Is that okay with everybody? Is that common consent? All right. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, members of the Board of Trustees, and people in the audience, first of all, tonight I'd like to take a personal point of privilege to thank all of you for your interest in this transition of board members. 6 months and 8 days ago, I came to the Sumter School District as the new superintendent. Certainly, it is an honor and a privilege to serve every day. Also, I'll get this right for printing in the paper here, sir. So one day after I signed superintendent's contract to come, I learned that all 9 positions would be up for election, and so obviously exciting times. We have a 78% board turnover. We're looking forward to continuing to do what is very best for children and those that serve them. You all have heard me talk about that since I've been here. The work that we do is about the 14,000, almost 15,000 students that we serve, but we also have to make sure that we're doing what's right by the 3,000 employees that serve those children every day. And so my commitment is to work together with the other 10 people that are seated at this table with me to do the very best that we can do for everyone in this community. There is no doubt in my mind, after being here 6 months and 8 days, that the Sumter School District has a tremendous amount of potential, some of which has not been reached yet, but I'm absolutely certain that we can do it together. If you look at our newly elected board, they are certainly a diverse group with a lot of diverse backgrounds, but our pledge is to work together for one common good, and that is for the benefit of our students and staff that serves every day. I'm excited about that. We're off to an amazing start this year. we have a lot of work ahead of us to do collectively together, and I look forward to getting it done. Thank you. Yes, sir. So what item is that? You want me to go forward with that, Mr. Chair? Mr. Chair, members of the board, if we'll look at our agenda, there is the approval recommendation of the calendar for the 2023-2024 school year. And at this time, I'll ask Dr. John Kumis, who is our Chief of Human Resources, to come forth to speak to us about that and hopefully get to a recommendation and approval. Dr. Kumis.
Thank you, Dr. Wright. Reverend Canty, other distinguished members of the board, thank you for allowing me to come to present the calendar, or the proposed calendar for next year. You should have a copy of it. If you do not, I have a paper copy that I can share with you.
Give us just a second, Dr. Kumis. I think we, okay.
All right, sir. Thank you. Our calendar committee met on October the 25th. Some of them were volunteers, some of them were appointed. We wanted to make sure that we had a good cross-section of teachers, counselors, administrators, and everyone to represent the elementary, the middle, and the high schools. So, and talking about some of the concerns and some of the things that we have faced, we've actually been looking at a calendar similar to this for the past 2 years. So what we're bringing to you tonight is what's basically is called a modified year-round calendar. It's not a traditional calendar. When you look at a traditional calendar, the law only allows us to start school the third Monday of the month. If you go to a modified or a year-round calendar, you do not have to wait till the third Monday of August before the students can start. So we're bringing to you tonight a proposal for a modified year-round calendar. On this calendar, we had 35 people on the committee, and we're bringing to you what we think is our best recommendation for next year. The calendar was shared with the Teacher Advisory Committee on November the 17th, and then there were surveys sent out to all stakeholders, which had an opportunity to input in reference to what you see tonight. On this calendar and the surveys that we received back, there were 2,225 people who responded to the survey. Of the 2,225 responses, 49.5 of them were parents, 33% were teachers, and 17.2% were students. Of those folks that responded to the survey, 73.6 were in favor of this calendar. At this time, what I'm going to do is go through the calendar with you. On the calendar, school will actually begin on August the 3rd. Teachers will report for duty on July the 27th, which is 5 days of in-service work days. So teachers will start on the 27th of July, and our students will begin on August the 3rd. A staff development half-day will be on September the 1st, followed by Labor Day off on September the 4th. A staff development half-day is scheduled for October the 5th, and an in-service workday on October the 6th. And then we have 2 holidays scheduled in there for the 9th and the 10th of October. Veterans Day will follow in November the 10th, and then we will have the Thanksgiving week off from the 20th through the 24th. We'll have exam half days in December on the 19th and the 20th. Then we'll have a 10 work days off, which is our holiday break. It will begin on the 21st, and then of course we will come back on January the 4th as staff, and then students will not return until January the 8th. When the staff returns, the 4th and the 5th will be in-service work days. This will allow us to end the semester before the Christmas break or the holiday break, and allow us to get testing out of the way before we go out on that long break. Then we're not looking to catch up or to have any kind of remediation or to prepare when we come back. So we'll finish up the actual semester before we go out on the break. Also in January, we'll have the 15th off, which is Martin Luther King Day. And then in February, we'll have a half day on the 15th, which is a professional development day. And then an in-service work day on the 16th and a holiday on the 19th. Then in March, we'll have a staff development half day on the 8th. And then, of course, Good Friday on the 29th. Which will begin the spring break, which will last through April the 5th. Then we'll have an exam half days on the 22nd and the 23rd, an in-service work day on the 24th. This will actually allow us to end the school year prior to Memorial Day, which falls on May the 27th. We've counted the days, we've recounted the days. We have 10 in-service work days. We have 4 half-staff development days. And we're presenting the best calendar that we feel for our students, our families, and our employees. Any questions?
Dr. Kumis,
Yes, sir.
just was looking at it, like for the January 8th, I'm just looking at, is there a reason why that day is there and not, say, something like March 11th? Where they can get a 3-day weekend out of it, because they're getting all that vacation time, because of the holidays, the Christmas holidays.
Which day is it, the 8th?
January 8th.
Okay, that's when the students come back.
Is that, students come back?
Yes, sir, the
Okay.
students come back on the 8th. We're not out, yes, sir. We're not out
Oh,
on
the
that day.
return, okay, gotcha.
Yes, sir. And a big push for the staff was that on the 4th and the 5th, when we come back from the break, the semester is going to end the day before we go out. So the 4th and the 5th, when we come back, gives them an opportunity to get records, get grades, everything settled. And then that Monday, students come in, we start a brand new semester.
Does it affect any of the contract with the
No, sir.
teachers? There's no issues with, okay.
No, sir. No, sir. They're contracted to work 190 days, and that's what they'll work, is
Okay.
190 days.
Because
Yes,
I've
sir.
seen a lot of comments of affecting in the survey.
Yes, sir. No, sir, it doesn't.
Okay. And of course, you probably this has been brought up about teachers having already vacation time planned for that.
And we have discussed that, and what we'll have to do is on an individual basis is address those issues on an
Okay, so
individual
you are
basis.
gonna-
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I'm sorry, I mean, interrupt here. Quick question. I'm not sure I caught this in that, all that information you just gave us, but what exactly is the intent of this, and what sort of results should we see?
A couple of things for the intent was, first of all, we get to end the semester before that break for the Christmas break. And that long lag over the Christmas break, our folks come back, we have to get prepared for exams when they come back. It allows us to do that. It also allows us to start school a little bit on the early side. And there's breaks built in throughout the year where we had those long periods of going with absolutely no breaks whatsoever. This will build a few breaks into the system, like in October. We'll have 2 extra days in that October break. So it does allow us to do that. And it also allows us to finish school right before the Memorial Day.
This calendar, also, Mr. Zell, is more in line with, and members of the board, is more in line with community colleges. It makes us more in sync with calendar law for really everybody except traditional public schools. So that's also a part of it. But the biggest academic reasons are you're ending first semester before Christmas. We're taking exams so that we don't have this retention. Yes, sir. Like we're having right now. So that's really the biggest academic reason. And then, of course, it allows us to be able to finish because we had 2 breaks historically. So you have the break at Christmas time. You come back and do 2 weeks, take the exams, and then over Memorial Day holiday was typically that way as well. So, and this is a growing trend throughout the state of South Carolina as well to move to this kind of schedule. So hopefully that'll clarify a little bit.
One other thing, Dr. Coons, I think this is a great idea. I think it's something now, it's like 30 to 40% of the state is heading this direction. So it looks like a good, you guys did a good job. And more towards, I like the Florence one, but it's very similar to what you guys have right there.
Yes, sir. We actually modeled it after several different districts throughout. Kershaw was definitely one of the ones that we pulled, and Florence one being the other. So.
Thank you for letting us ask questions. I read as many of the comments as Ms. Scott sent me, as much as I could. There were hundreds of them. Most people like the fact that it's going to help our academic areas. But there were a couple of questions, and I feel like I want to represent them. The athletic departments and the, you might call them football players, coaches. The coaches had a question of whether or not, how this would affect them. Apparently they like to go to this one, I guess it's a conference, and with this they would already be in school. Has their voice been heard? That's my question.
That has not directly come to me at this point, but it is something that we have to address. And we will be addressing those concerns along with our other folks who have scheduled vacations and other things. So yes, ma'am, we will be addressing those.
So I just wanted noted that they would like to talk.
Yes, ma'am.
I too would like to commend the work that was done on this calendar, and in looking over those comments, I think it was important for us to do that because it does let us hear from the constituents. It lets us understand what concerns they have, and in addition to the athletic department or the athletes, there was also a concern about the state choir and band. So it sounds like we are positioning ourselves to take those concerns on a one-off basis and address them with those who would be impacted.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I would move that we approve the new calendar.
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
I make the motion that we approve the new calendar, Mr. Chairman.
I second
that.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second it.